How's it going, guys? Sanitary 103, always encouraging clean eating and a clean and healthy lifestyle. So in today's video, I'm going to go over my top 10 health benefits of having sex. Yes, there are health benefits to having sex. Not only does it feel good, but it can be good for you. And before I go over this list, I just want to make an unofficial public announcement. Just be safe if you're going to have sex. Wear protection when necessary. And if you're a woman, use birth control, yada, yada, yada. Now that that's out of the way, let's go over this list. And now the first health benefit of having sex is that it can actually help increase your libido. So the more frequently you have sex, and assuming it's good quality sex, it's gonna help increase your libido. Why is this important? Well, a lot of people in relationships, you might have one person that has a higher libido and someone else has a lower libido, and this can cause some friction. So if you make the commitment of increasing the amount of times you have sex with your partner, assuming you're in a monogamous relationship, this can actually help improve your sex life and get both partners at least within range of a sexual libido compatibility. Moving on to the second health benefit of having sex, and this is it helps increase your immune system. You get less sick. There was a study done at the University of Pennsylvania in which they monitored college students that had sex at least like 2 or 3 times a week. Those students had a certain antibody to help fight off viruses, the flu, the cold, and all those other germs that can often infest your body. But just because you're sexually active, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're immune to getting any types of cold. You still want to be smart, get plenty of rest, exercise, drink water, get your flu shot and all that, but this is kind of like the icing on the cake. It does help increase your immune system. The third health benefit of having sex frequently is that it can lower your blood pressure. I'm not going to go into specifics on studies because there's a ton if you just go on Google, but it's been proven that your systolic number, and that's the top number, usually should range between 110 and 120. But that number, it represents the amount of blood that's being pumped while the heart is contracting, the ventricles. So this number can actually reduce if you have sex pretty frequently. Moving on to health benefit number 4 of having sex, and this applies strictly for the female. So sorry guys if you're watching this video, but it might be very informative, and that is women having frequent sex can actually improve their bladder control. I've read that up to 30% of women at some point in their lives experience a lack of bladder control, incontinence, so to speak. So when you actually have an orgasm, you contract your pelvis, and when you contract your pelvis, you actually make it stronger, and this lessens the chances down the road of having bladder problems, unable to hold your urine. Moving on to health benefit number 5, and that is it helps improve your sleep. If you're a nocturnal and or you just have a hard time going to sleep, sex may improve this. That's why if you've had sex and afterwards you usually feel really relaxed, especially after like a hot shower, because a hormone called prolactin, if I'm not mistaken, actually gets released after sex. And this hormone is specifically responsible for feeling really relaxed and not as tense. So if you're having a hard time going to sleep, sex is definitely a contributing factor that can help improve your sleep. Health benefit number 6 of having sex is that it can just make you feel happier in general, and it can just, ease a lot of your stress. When two people are intimate, all these feel-good hormones that you can't see from the naked eye are being passed between you and your partner, and this allows you to be a little bit just happier in general, and you feel really good about yourself. Moving on to health benefit number 7 of having sex, and this strictly applies to the men, but for women, you definitely probably should tune in, especially if you have a significant other who's a male. And that is, if you have sex frequently, it's actually good for your prostate. It can lessen the chances of getting cancer. That's according to a study done by the American Medical Association, I believe. And men that ejaculated at least 21 times a month, which is a little bit high, honestly, but 21 times a month, that was like the threshold. There was a lesser chance of getting prostate cancer. Now, there are a lot of other different factors, but in a nutshell, the study said it doesn't hurt to ejaculate, so you might want to err on the side of caution and reap the health benefits of having sex. Moving on to health benefit number 8, and that is it can lower the chances of getting a heart attack. While you're having sex, your heart is pumping, it's working, it's doing its thing, which is really good. And it also helps regulate testosterone for men and estrogen in women. There's also been some studies in which men who've had sex at least twice a week were less likely to get a heart attack than men that rarely had sex. Moving on to health benefit number 9 when having sex frequently, and that is it's a form of exercise. When you sit on the couch, on average, you're burning like 1 calorie every 5 minutes. With sex, you're burning about 4 to 5 calories per minute. So although it's not going to replace you going to the gym or going for a 6-mile run, calories do add up, so it definitely counts as a little bit of exercise, and who doesn't want to burn a little bit more calories? Last but not least, reason number 10 of having sex, one of the health benefits, and if you made it this far, thank you so much, I really appreciate it, and that is it can actually increase your pain threshold. Now obviously if you have something really significant, it's not gonna, having an orgasm I should say, is not gonna just magically make it go away, but really small nagging things such as, you know, a dull headache or something like that. Some people have reported that their headaches aren't as bad after they had sex. They can tolerate it a little bit better. And how does this work? Well, essentially certain hormones that are responsible for increasing your pain threshold are released during sex, and when that occurs and you have sex really frequently, it increases your pain threshold. Hence, you don't have to always go for that aspirin, the Advil. That is it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comments or questions are always welcome. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for all the latest in diet, health, and fitness, if not already. I put out at least 2 to 3 new videos per week. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all that stuff's in the description box and at the conclusion of the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I'm gonna put it right here. You wanna put a little bit above, which I'm gonna do. With this device, the cord's gonna be on the inside of your body, and you're just gonna wrap it around like this.